Hello, everybody. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Hello, guys. We are live, and we are here with these great bunch of awesome streamers. Hello, everybody. How's it going, guys? Corey, Kevin, Phil, Venge, and Fez. How are you guys today?
Yo.
Fantastic. So good. Actually, I'm doing fantastic. Don't steal my line.
I'm fantastic with an F.
I'm fantastic with an F. Oh boy, there has been some crazy hype, guys. Lots of things happened this month, lots of announcements. I think we should just jump right into it, and let's go ahead and talk quickly. How are you guys, and anything new and exciting happening for you guys in maybe your lives or your channel? So let's start with Kevin.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Thank you. Well, this is so I work as a youth minister, right? And so on that side of things, we have a really, really important week for the school that it's kind of like attached to the church, and it's called accreditation. So people are coming from all over, and they're gonna say like, okay, this is how the kids are doing academically. Are y'all teaching them the right stuff? Is the safety precautions? And that's a big thing too, because recently, you know, with all the controversy over gun control and safety and stuff like that, it's a terrible world we live in, but you know, we got to be prepared. So it's kind of stressful, and it's gonna be an intense week, so y'all keep me in your thoughts this week. It's gonna be crazy.
Got it.
Yeah.
And on the streamer or content creator side, what's going on there?
Yeah. On the streamer side, just bumping out videos. You guys have been doing it too, starting to try streaming to D-Live every now and then, and I've been pretty happy with that. It's a pretty cool service. I don't know if we'll talk about that a little bit, but it's cool because like as you watch, you earn bits basically, right? And then they can send those right back to the streamer. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's unique, right? And then we'll talk a lot today about the Stadia and about how we think that's going to affect YouTube gaming, and I think it's going to be that new punch, that breath of fresh air into YouTube gaming. So I'm excited for that too. But thank you for having me here. I'm excited.
Phil, what about you, my friend? What's been happening with you? What's new and exciting in your life?
Oh man, what's new and exciting in my life? I don't know if you guys don't know. Got engaged last year.
Whoa! Congrats!
Congrats,
Congrats, my boy.
All right, so we've been like planning our wedding and stuff like that. So my fiance her grandma had her 95th birthday, so we just went up and celebrated that. And
Dang.
we're getting married up where she lives, so like we kind of were like looking around like this weekend to be like, ooh, we can take photos over there and like do stuff like that. So like that's what's been going on in my personal life. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And then as far as like streaming and channel stuff goes, I've got really into Fortnite over like the last. I've been like on YouTube.
But did you win a green screen?
Yeah, did you win a green screen? That's
sorry. I don't get the meme, but like maybe I'll get it later.
Sorry, that's a PAX joke.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Hey, we got a $1 donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1 super chat.
Yes.
Bro, less.
Yeah, bro, let's.
So other than Fortnite, I've also been trying the last couple days because I'm a family-friendly channel.
Yeah.
So I wanted to maybe kind of expand past that a little bit because I have a lot of adult viewers who, you know, maybe enjoy violent video games or cursing and stuff like that.
For sure.
And I've been wanting to beat the Dark Souls franchise. With Shadows Die Twice coming out, I was like, I want to play a From Software game. So
yeah.
I've been on Twitch yesterday and this morning.
Yeah. I seen you.
Awesome.
I seen you. I
Watch
caught
your
you.
tongue.
Yeah. All right. And that's
Joseph,
what's going on with me.
For sure, buddy.
That's cool.
Joseph, what about you, buddy? What's new and exciting with you?
No, with me? Oh, same old. I mean, stay at home dad. pretty much stay at home, take care of kids whenever they're here, and then I play games whenever. I mean,
That's the
they're
line,
not.
man. That's the line.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure.
That's cool.
It's definitely not the life for. It's definitely the life for right now, but not for the future.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
future's a lot better, I would say.
Oh, for
Good.
sure,
But-
for sure.
I mean, what I used to do. I mean, I used to manage for various restaurants whenever I was, working. So, I mean, it is what it is now. I gotta
Yeah.
sit at home.
No worries, no worries.
Wow, hey,
Corey, what about
that's
you,
good,
buddy?
man.
Hey, yeah. So, a lot of things changing for me recently. Work life balance had to get readjusted.
Yeah.
I got a recent promotion at work. Humble brag.
GG.
100%.
Nice.
But mainly
Nice.
the point of that is that it requires they're putting a lot more emphasis on having me do more stuff at work, more things with my company, and
Sure.
yeah, so more like management type things really.
Yep. Yep.
So that kind of cut down a lot of my my usual time. So that actually rolls into my channel side where I haven't streamed at all in what's like 2 months now. I stopped streaming
Yeah.
and I'm
yeah.
only doing videos.
Mhm.
And I'm only doing videos a week now, which fits into my schedule a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
It's been working out really well actually.
Good.
So yeah, so other than that, nothing really new on my side. Just those two things are basically intertwined.
Yep. Venge, what about you, buddy?
Like this week has been crazy. Helping with like a lot of different things involving my job with a lot of the state testing and all that stuff. Kind of a stressful time. It's been hard trying to keep up with everything, especially with that streaming, other responsibilities and stuff like that. Then my birthday happened, which I was excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, by the way, on that one.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you for that. But unfortunately, like life has a way of slowing things down a bit. But hey, that's how it is. You got to, deal with whatever situation comes your way.
Oh, for sure.
And I had to take care of family priorities because if you've heard about it. I don't want to get into a
Yeah.
discussion about that. So I'll
for
just
sure.
leave it at that. As far as how things were going channel related, I've been, through Kevin, I was introduced to D Live and actually tried it out myself, and it was a very fun and interesting platform. And I actually screwed around with Tidy, I think it was called Tidy Labs, and
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely very different, but it's
Yeah.
easy to use and it's actually fun. And I enjoy the platform. It's really unique. Really reaches out to the newer people. Like if people really want to get into streaming and they're fresh and they're new, and I
Yep.
feel like it's just open for them. And the thing that I'm very excited for is actually I just finally started getting into doing subscriber only streams, which is something that I've really never done before
Yeah.
because I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I understood the relevance of it after talking with other people. And I'm playing games that I normally wouldn't do to provide additional content from what I typically do, which is like Resident Evil 2 the remake. Currently, my baby Devil May Cry 5.
That game looks so good. I want it.
You're
Yeah.
liking
the,
it, man.
the twists in Devil May Cry, when they started off, you're already in for a shock if you follow that franchise. It's so beautiful. Amazing
sure.
stuff.
For
That's great.
sure.
A quick question, Benj. So you say for subscriber only, you mean Twitch subscribers, right?
Yeah, that
yeah,
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because I
Yeah,
forgot about that. Like, because I wasn't a huge fan of the whole idea, but after people explained it, I was like, oh, well, that's actually cool because I remember when I tried playing a game that wasn't necessarily family friendly, that blew up in my face. So it was like I needed a way to kind of bridge the gap and create that happy medium to where I can please people that want to see more than just the same thing that I normally do, like Nintendo family friendly oriented
for
stuff,
sure.
which I love doing. But I want to provide a little extra for the adult viewers and people that goes the extra
above and
amount,
beyond
kind of.
free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Yeah, myself, nothing really crazy has happened. I'm going away next week, so I gotta go out for a little vacation, a little me
miss
time.
you.
Oh, cool.
Do it.
Yeah, for sure. Then I come back
I
and
do it.
then I come back. We got business is booming, so I got to make sure I get on top of that stuff. There's some new things coming out.
Oh wow.
And then on the YouTube side and stuff. So as most of you know, I started streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the night on D Live.
Nice.
So
Hey.
taking care of that. So that's been fun. That's been different experience, different group over there.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's definitely different. And then and then on YouTube side, just releasing a couple of videos here and there, having a little fun, and then the streams have been keeping me busy. So it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
So let's jump into it. Here we go. So Google
All
announced
right.
their new online service, Stadia. What are your thoughts on this? Do you? Oh, hold on. Extra Gaming, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the TacoTeam. Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
Okay, so they announced their new online service, Stadia. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is something that may or may not change gaming as we know it in whole? So let's start with Kevin. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. So I think that this is the start of a revolution. I am excited for it. I think that the Xbox Game Pass is a similar thing to the service, right? Does anyone have the Xbox Game Pass here or no? You do?
I did at one point, yes.
Yeah. Well, see, and the thing is, like, I already pay for Netflix, I already pay for Hulu, and I'm not ready yet to start a service like that. So it's not for me just yet. I'm gonna check it out, but I'm not particularly excited. The one weird thing is that since it's an S, I've always been up. So you know how like when they say, okay, this game is for XB1 or PS4, right? What do they say when it's the Nintendo Switch? They don't say NS, they just say S. A lot of websites just use S. So now we're gonna have to change that up too. So
It's gonna be the GS.
yeah,
Google
GS,
Stadia.
right? There'll be GS and NS. So I don't know. That's all I got for that. We'll keep it going though. Keep that discussion going.
For sure. Phil, what about you, buddy?
Oh my gosh. I have so many thoughts. I think just in general, they're not going to be a developer as far as I could tell from that conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of it is just going to be, this is going to be a service for people who cannot afford the barrier of entry of a PS4 or an Xbox One or a gaming PC. Because like gaming PC could be upwards of $2,000. A PS4 Pro, I bought mine forever. I don't know. They're like $400 something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of money. Like, but if you just want to play Assassin's Creed, just to reference what they showed, that's $60. You can get like some kid can save up $60 and boot up Chrome on their mom's Galaxy S Note 5.
Yeah.
And play.
Crazy.
Like that's who I think this service is like particularly for.
Yeah.
On the one hand, from like a consumer side, from a creator side, I'm thinking they're trying to differentiate themselves from Twitch, like by creating a service like that really takes advantage of the whole membership program. Like from what I saw and what I interpreted from that get in line kind of a thing, I think it would make sense to me that you would have to be a member of the channel to even get in the queue to play the game.
Wow.
So that way, so I don't know if it's you have to be a member of the channel, plus you have to be a subscriber to Google Stadia. So like they're making money from two ways. Like, do they give big creators free access to Stadia? Like, I want to know like where the line is drawn, because at a certain point I feel like it becomes
true.
I don't know. And then my final point, I'm sorry, I like the ramble. My final point is that I'm very nervous because we've all probably experienced the negative effects of the YouTube algorithm. And like, I'm afraid that if you're a content creator and you're not creating content with Google Stadia, that you're not going to get promoted. and like, what if I don't want to do that? So those are my big major concerns with Google Stadia.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why, like I was telling in one of my live streams, I explained that this program would I would kind of understand why they shut down YouTube gaming as a whole. If they're preparing for this, it really makes all sense now. But let's go ahead, Joseph. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on Stadia, and do you think this is changing gaming as a whole as we know it?
Yeah, they're starting to change gaming. I think it's one of the small microscopic things that gaming is like pushed out there in the realm of gaming. So I think this is just widening, to go from like a cell phone to your screen to here to there. Like, come on, like they're taking it everywhere. Yeah. I think they're making it accessible for people to actually be able to do that. Like, if I have kids, like, I already know I would trust them with the technology. If I get it, I'm sure they would, be sucked in like every other kid would. So it's a good thing for the young growing potential, but I mean, us being grown-ups, we already know there's certain things we expect and we're gonna buy into. And I mean, it goes back to whoever, to each his own. If they feel as if it's a good buy or if it's a good try, and I would try it. I definitely try it. I try it and buy it
for sure. All right, so we're all looking at this in one way, but I think the only one who's actually really tried it in general, because he was in it, is Corey. So Corey, your thoughts overall on this thing? Since you got first hand on it, what can we expect? What did you expect, and how did you like it?
All right, so first, let me just start off by saying that what I got to try was not. I don't think it's exactly the same product as what we're about to get. Because I think what Google Stadia is more than just a gaming platform. Well, more than a gaming service, it's a gaming platform, right? From what we saw in the commercial, like in the presentation and whatnot, as the name would imply, right? Google Stadia is a gathering of people, right? They want togetherness. But what I did get to try was it was called Google Stream. And it was basically, at the time, all it was we got to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But you literally go into the browser, you type in whatever address, click launch Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it launches it in the browser. No extension, no download, instantaneously pops up. I have a solid internet connection. I get like 300 down, so obviously I can't speak for what it's going to be like on the lower connections. The minimum we were just talking about is 25 that they recommend and everything. But it played brilliantly. There was very few there was no frame drops, but sometimes it would, the resolution would scale down, right? Because like Netflix will do that. You'll notice that Netflix will get fuzzy sometimes. It's so that you can still watch your content uninterrupted. It does the same thing.
Okay.
But I know there was no noticeable input lag. I was playing with this nice Xbox One controller wirelessly over Bluetooth and everything, and I felt no noticeable input lag. And like I said, it would readjust the resolution and stuff, but everything was instant. Everything was smooth and responsive and everything. Awesome. So from that perspective, I mean, I think we have a solid product. Of course, it was in beta, and of course, a tiny minuscule fraction of the number of people that want to play this or want to be on the service were playing it, right? But again, Crispy, I didn't have any input lag though. So while I understand, I felt no input lag. Anyway, so
that's amazing.
But as a service, the problem is we're not ready. The world, this country and the world are not ready for the amount of data that we're going to be consuming with nobody else. Maybe people aren't thinking about that. I have a 1 terabyte data cap on my home internet. That's a lot of data, but it's really not. I mean, it really is not a lot of data. When you think about games that can be 50 to 100 gigabytes of data, for the install, you have to stream a lot of data for that to work.
Yeah.
So in my head, one of the biggest concerns is that we don't have the infrastructure ready. We don't have the infrastructure currently, or like the setup. It's not about the IS. Yeah, well, exactly. ISPs aren't ready to give people faster speeds and the higher data limit. Exactly, though. That's where I come from. Like, that's my thought in it, right? I think it's an amazing service, and I think that it will absolutely transform gaming as a whole. I think that it's got specific targets that are like it's really about, but I think everybody can really enjoy this, and it'll be good for everybody. Because your kids can enjoy it, or I can go to a room, my bedroom, and pull up my iPad and play a game or something, and basically uninterrupted. So I think as a service, it's fantastic. I think they're doing. Oh, look, Phil's got something going on. What's up, Phil?
I just wanted to say on your everybody, there's people, because I live in Los Angeles now, so I don't have this problem. But like my folks still live in the boons and can't get internet.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, that goes back to exactly what I said, though. That we're not ready. We don't have the infrastructure set up.
Yeah.
To reliably make this a real service, to reliably make this an everywhere, everybody kind of service. I do think. Yeah. What I was getting at was not everybody is actually able to because of ISP. But I mean, like, anybody can enjoy. The target audience isn't specifically only the kids that can't afford an Xbox, but like everybody really could take advantage of this as far as the point of the service, I guess, is what I'm sure.
And you know, the thing is too, with Google, they have such a monopoly on just knowing the places in the world that could handle something like this to a degree.
Yeah.
Because maybe y'all can help correct me, but India recently had a surge in the internet, right? Which is why T-Series all of a sudden exploded extra. And I think the next one might have been New Zealand or Brazil or somewhere, right? Where they just had a pop as well. So there's these places that historically haven't had the best internet.
Right.
And they're all of a sudden something snapped. And so I don't know, they're overall. But imagine, right, like if some of our family in America and wherever else too, right, still don't have very good internet, North America,
Absolutely.
Right, then imagine in those places that just now have internet comparable to, where we were like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
no,
I agree.
No, for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, we're definitely evolving. We're definitely
all around.
Definitely taking off everywhere. Yeah, no, I think that this Google system is going to be more subjected to the bigger cities, people that have the most data around.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
Oh, for sure. Venge, what about you, buddy? What are your thoughts?
When I look at this, it's like, to me, it's more like a double-edged sword. It's definitely very intriguing, and based on Corey's explanation of how it works since he experienced it, it sounds really awesome. But like he said before, some places are just not ready for it because everyone's not have access to it, and especially the fact that majority of everyone's internet is basically capped because you can only use so much data. So you're kind of like not going to be able to get the full experience because of the limitations that's put on you. So it's really cool, but at the same time, it's a huge slap in the face for some people that's not able to enjoy it. So it's like, I don't know, man. When I look at stuff like this, it's like all of these advances awesome, kind of like what Joseph mentioned. You have mobile gaming that just blew up out of nowhere. The traditional way to play games, gaming on PC. You know what? See, this just reminds me of Skynet, man.
And we're at Terminator.
Yeah.
Man.
This is something I did not want to bring up.
I'm sorry. I just had to do it. I was like,
No. It's just like deja vu because I was literally talking to Rigo about this, and I was like, I'm not going to talk about Skynet.
But it's funny,
right?
It's funny that everybody's mentioning internet because, okay, at least here in Canada, in some areas, there's only some towns mine isn't included, that have actual fiber, right? That we're looking at 1 gigabyte and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, about a week or two before they announced this, they made this big announcement, some guy comes to my door and goes, hey, can I survey your backyard, because we want to throw fiber lines underneath and on top. And I said, okay. And then I go, so who is this for? And he goes, I can't really talk about what company, but they're doing it as many big places as they can, and Hamilton was chosen. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, there's a big project happening, and they want to make sure a lot of people can get fiber in. And then like a week later, they did this. So I was like, oh, I can see it. I can see now where they might be coming in, because we haven't done it yet on our end here. You know, again, fiber's expensive here. I don't know how much it is over there, but here it's like
Fiber's cheap. A lot.
Yeah,
really? Fiber's cheap. I'm about to switch over to fiber for $70 to get gigabit speeds.
Oh, I wish. Like I pay right now for mine. Mine's only 300. I pay close to 189 a month.
Holy crap! And that's just for internet.
And that's just for internet.
Gross. Move to America.
Move to America. I know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know.
I think I pay $50 for AT&T, and it's not that fast. Or
AT&T is DSL.
Oh, DSL.
Not
yeah.
very fast.
Not very fast. Not fiber.
Wow, he's rubbing it in our faces. Okay.
I know.
No, I'm just giving you facts, guys. Everybody move to Louisiana.
All right, so could Google's Stadia change how we game online with viewers on YouTube, and what can we expect? So this is all in like gaming wise with YouTube. What are we to expect with this whole new thing? I know Phil was touching a little bit on it.
Yeah, I sort of touched on it.
But let's start with Kevin and then back to Phil. So go ahead, Kevin.
So I think that we've all throughout our channels and throughout our streams have seen the very best of viewers hopping in with us, right? Mario Kart 8, you just throw the tournament code on the screen. Yeah, definitely. Smash Bros, you just add the friends. Splatoon 2, you just send them the friend code and stuff like that. And it's such a cool idea and a concept that I think largely has been unique to Nintendo. And I think Google has seen that. And Google has seen, well, how else can we do that? And what other games and platforms can we bring that kind of idea to, right? Because what other examples, like a FIFA, you get seven people in and you're playing, 8 people in your thing, or I don't know, however many, whatever the limit is, or like, I guess the other examples would be an open lobby for Fortnite and you have 99 other people in.
Oh man.
It's 99 Nintendo Switch. Like, I don't know, right? But obviously it wouldn't be Nintendo stuff. So I don't know.
Cross-platform Fortnite.
Yeah.
That'd be cross-platform.
You got cross-platform stuff. So I'm just excited to see and to see and be able to bring those kind of experiences to different games, right? Because we already know how fun it is to play with viewers. My concerns are about what you guys have been mentioning, and Phil saying that the channel member thing is kind of the main takeaway there, right? Like, is it a requirement? Can you turn that off? So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm pretty excited for that too. Yeah, what do y'all think?
All right, Phil, what about you, buddy?
I mean, I didn't have a whole lot more to say than that, other than I'll just be like, I'll just parrot what Kevin just said.
Yeah.
For sure. What I said the first time.
The first time with what I said.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much. But I guess I actually had a question. Can you play with like 11 people? Can you have a full team in FIFA? Because that'd be kind of rad.
I've never played FIFA.
On the Xbox, you can actually do 7 controllers. You can do 8 players on one console. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But
it's crazy.
11 extra.
But I would love the ease of it, because like I think like the easiest thing, like you were saying, is like Mario Kart tournaments are like the absolute easiest. It's so easy.
Yeah.
But like when you get into like adding friend codes, and then I've been trying to get into like, adding people on Fortnite. It's like, okay, well, I need you to add me as a friend on Epic, like, because I don't want to have a public lobby, because I want to make sure the people who are here, who are watching, get a chance to play. So, like, it's like taking that workload off of the streamer would be huge, because, like, really that, like, it sort of takes a little bit of the fun out of it, especially when you have people who, like, you know, aren't waiting their turn or, like, are being rude. So, like, to just have Google be like, no, we made a queue for you. That'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
We'll just see like what the caveat with that is.
True.
For sure. Joseph, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, those two actually kind of like made my point. I mean, it's kind of like literally like it's literally broadcasted. It's gonna probably make it a lot easier for people to just like sustain the value of being on that platform. So I mean, it's probably gonna be like linked up with other things, like just like now how Fortnite's become cross-platform. This is just the beginning, my friends. Literally, this is just the beginning. This is literally just the beginning. Like I really feel like this whole thing will I mean, I guess turn out. But... yeah, I mean, it is kind of scary just to be like, yeah, I'm gonna play against this person that's using a PC in the same exact game, and yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I feel like it'll work.
Corey, what about you, buddy?
Well, I have a few questions, that they haven't answered and that they're not going to answer for a while. But for one, one thought, as Fez was just saying, one thing that runs through my head is, are we going to have any form of interoperability? Because when you talk about something like this, you want to make this as big as you can, as quick as you can.
Yeah.
But they also are going to want people to use their service. They're not going to want people to play, they're not going to want Rigo to be using their service and Fez to be using anyone else's service. That doesn't help them.
They said crossplay.
Crossplay with what? Because in my head, what that means in the scope of this is crossplay between the devices that support the service. It's where my head goes. Now, I could be completely wrong, but but think about it. Every device other than consoles at the moment are basically going to support this, right? So phones, they're talking about phones and computers, tablets, and stuff like that. So that's where my head goes. I could be wrong. We don't know anything, but that's where my head goes. So my thought is, will they want somebody to be playing on one, on their service and someone to be playing on PlayStation? Because that really doesn't serve them at all, other than name brand recognition. But right now, at the beginning, if they're gonna let people join in your game via YouTube and stuff, well, that won't work with anybody else's service unless they like really integrate it. I mean, they're gonna have to get down and dirty and integrate it with these other consoles and manufacturers and stuff. So at the beginning, I imagine it's gonna be just only them, and then you're gonna go, okay, well, I'm gonna open up this game. I'm playing FIFA, for instance. And I'm going to open up this game to anybody. Well, how many people are going to stumble across my stream and have the service and play it with me? Yeah. That's just a thought process. It's just something I want them to kind of elaborate on, I guess, really. I think it'd be really cool, but I just want to see, what their intention is. Other than that, I mean, I've got things swirling around my head, but like, I think they just got a lot they need to tell us about it, really. Before I can even let any of those thoughts get around anywhere.
Well, it'll probably be. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that like people come and they can't play. It's like then Google's turning us into like salesmen for Google Stadia. They're like, oh yeah, well you want to play, boy? Well, you better sign up for the service. Like, and
that's true.
That's
but
just
then,
all.
Then the viewer goes, well, I've already got the PlayStation version of this game. There's no way my mom's going to pay for a subscription now of this game. And that's just one demographic. Obviously, people who with their own jobs, with their own money, whatever, maybe won't have that issue, but it could be a big thing. So a lot of variables, A
lot to look at. Yeah, a lot to look at.
Well, what I was going to say is that it's kind of like how we have our Google account like linked to our YouTubes in a certain sense. All right, it's kind of like that sort of information I feel like is going to be conveyed on that console. and broadcast it out there. And I mean, you already know there's gonna be algorithms and there's gonna be like glitches, just like YouTube is. I mean, come on. Yeah, there's gonna show up a whole bunch.
Salesman.
For sure.
That's true, man.
No, I'm not. Basically, I mean, I feel like that's how I feel. It's gonna be linked to your email account, and if you get in trouble, you're gonna get IP banned, and I think there's just something just to link your whole account to where you're just gonna be like, okay, these are consequences. You can't just make a whole bunch of different accounts like you did on YouTube to call us racial epithets.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I feel you.
Praying for the day.
All right. What about you, Venge? What are your thoughts, my friend?
My mind is like all
Everywhere?
over the place. Carry the two. I honestly don't even know where to begin with this platform because of all of the strange things. But before I answer, could you guys explain this to me, because this is over my head? So
put your glasses on upside down. You got this. You got this.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, it will.
Oh God.
20/20 hindsight.
My eyes hurting. I better put it back. So all right. So they're saying with this platform, it's actually going to be doable with YouTube gaming. It's going to be doable with that, or is that like
YouTube gaming is going away?
But no. Is it like this Google thing? It's
it's going to be gaming.
YouTube gaming is that Google. This whole platform, is this going to work along with YouTube gaming? I'm lost.
Well, we don't really know, but like my takeaway as I was watching it was they definitely showed somebody that was playing on a service that looked very much like YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was branded as YouTube, but it looked mighty close to YouTube. Yep. And the person at the clicked right under the chat and it said join queue or whatever, and it said you're now in the queue. Yeah, so the understanding that the only thing we can kind of take away right now is that yes, it's going to work in conjunction with not YouTube gaming, not exactly YouTube gaming, but it might be the replacement for YouTube gaming.
Yeah,
and it's going to work in conjunction. Yeah,
that is so freaking weird, because now that I think about it, why the heck? All right, if it's actually going to work in conjunction with that, why in the heck would any Google service like Google Plus detach itself from YouTube? It's so freaking confusing.
They're not making no money on it.
Yeah, Google Plus ain't making no money. That's why they're getting rid of that one.
Aren't they just shutting the whole thing down?
YouTube gaming, I think it's more of a rebranding. They're getting rid of it. They're detaching it. They're getting used to not talking about it as YouTube gaming.
Yeah.
And then I think that Google Stadia is going to be as a service is going to replace that. I mean, maybe not a one-to-one replacement, but I think that's probably the goal, though.
Yeah,
maybe the reasoning behind detaching it from the get-go is just to maybe minimize the kind of maintenance that they would have to do if it was already attached to it still. Because I mean, if Google Plus wasn't working or there was something wrong with it, just like how they mentioned the whole security link thing that they was trying to avoid, maybe detaching it is just a way to minimize those risks for whatever they're planning to do later. That's my guess. But as far as Stadia, hopefully I said that right.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what to think about this, because it's like, what kind of games are they going to be including? Who is it going to work for? Who is going to be screwed out of the equation? Who's not going to be part of the equation? Because it's like, the thing is, everything, it sounds good on paper, but then when they go about doing it, there could be so many things that can go so wrong due to unknown factors or factors that they never put into consideration. I mean, it sounds so grand scale, I'm not gonna lie, especially when it comes to maybe like minimizing the need to attach your account to every other thing. Just like how when you look at Google now and you Drive, Google whatever, even services that has nothing to do with Google, you can just simply attach your Google account on it like clockwork, and it minimizes the need to make all these extra accounts.
Yep.
Which I could see how useful that could be in terms of inviting people to particular games. But for me, it's like, is it gonna work? Because I mean, it's so grand scale. I don't even know how to answer any of this. I'm just like,
it's tough.
Literally
it is.
guessing. And I
That's
see
all any of us can do right now.
Right, I see the good that can come from it, but also it's like too many unknowns. So it's like I just don't know. But that's the best answer I could give.
Hey, that's good, Vince. Thank you.
For sure. What was I gonna say? Well, let's go jump into the next section because, there's a lot of unknowns with Google. All right, so I'm assuming a lot of you have played Apex, and they're saying that Apex Legends Season 1 getting backlash rewards aren't good enough. So what are we looking at that? So rewards, I guess, what you get for playing the game whenever you beat, I guess, a round and whatnot. So Kevin, let's go with you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, definitely. So I've played I say like small to medium amount of Apex, probably like I think like 14 games in all. So just a small amount. I say medium because I don't really play much else that often anyway. But compared to like I was really into Rocket League for a little while, right? That's a really good game, and I think it's tough because when people compare Apex, what do they compare it to? They don't compare it to Rocket League, even though that also has a pass, right? They compare it to Fortnite, and Fortnite just has so many different things with the little the animals you can get on your back, and the skins for your guns, and the dances, and the this and that. And Apex has the finishers. Maybe you unlock a new finisher, and that's basically where if you shoot someone down and they're crawling away, you hold, I think it's like X or square, and it does like a scene, and you do a little dance, and you smack them, and then they die.
So disrespectful.
Exactly.
That's funny.
There's just not as much stuff in Apex. Like, I guess it's just skins. So I don't know. I think it's hard because people always compare. But it's not always fair. They're different games, so I don't know. That's my little take on it.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Phil?
I think Apex takes itself a little bit more seriously than like Fortnite. Fortnite like sorta is like, it's like a cartoony, goofy game. So like I feel like having, just floss dancing and like adorable dogs as like your backling, like that's super cool. Like I'm really into it. Like I've played Apex probably a small to medium amount as well, and like so, but like with the things that you can possibly unlock for your character is like the only thing in game that you can see is your rifle or whatever you're holding. So like
I didn't know what to do with this money law.
Stuff in the Battle Pass and Fortnite, you can see all that stuff just like right off the bat. You can see your little dog. Yeah, you got the third person over the shoulder perspective. You got like, you can see the dog, you can see your stupid panda costume, like all that stuff that you spent your on or earning with your Battle Pass. Like you can see it and like you can rep it. But like really, when you're going through, they're only giving you. Yeah, like they give you, I think I saw some skins, but like it didn't even look that different because it's a hero-based game like Overwatch. Like you're not, it's like all of the skins and stuff are so customizable and different in Fortnite, where when I'm jumping in, I sort of feel, if I'm not playing like that Battle Pass's character, like maybe I bought a skin, I kind of feel like unique a little bit. But when you play Apex, like, oh, you're the bird character, but now you're orange now. Like,
it's so different.
It just doesn't seem, it's like not as cool. And then like we were saying, I don't think we brought it up online, but we were talking about it offline, is that there aren't challenges which give you the.
You done stole my bit, man. You did it.
All right, no,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I saw it. No, I spoke long enough.
Dang, Phil thinks I'm mad, guys. I'm gonna get him offline. Unsub to Phil. No, dude, you good, man?
No, my mic's gonna get me muted.
I'm muted. Oh. By the way, guys, everyone hashtag Pego for the $1 was a $2 donation. Thank you very much for that donation, my friend.
Pego in it, man.
Right? I know, so great. So yeah, so what were you? Continue, Phil.
Go on, Phil. Oh no. Oh, Phil.
No, seriously, take it away. I feel like I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm done. All right, go ahead. I almost called you Phil, Joe. Go ahead, Joseph. What are your thoughts?
Well, all right.
All right, so the thing about challenges is.
Oh, snap.
No, well, Apex to me, all right. I haven't played it, but I've seen my brother play it numerous times. It's, man, okay. It's okay for if you like that, all right. It's okay if you like that. Fortnite's okay if you like that too, and don't judge me. I play it.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I played a lot more than you think. So, I mean, contrasting the two, I'd rather play Fortnite because it isn't as serious. But Apex, yeah, you gotta like literally get in there and be like, yeah, let me use this and let me do that. Be like Borderlands and Call of Duty at the same time. It's great. It's good for me, but good for you. I mean, I'll play. I mean, I'd try it, but I think I have it downloaded, but I've just never played it.
Yeah.
That's as far as I got it. That's as far as I got. I think I did good.
Hey.
Corey, what about you, buddy? What are your thoughts on this reward?
Okay, so the whole like rewards not being good enough thing, it really is kind of shocking to me because I'm looking at the rewards that you can get, and I mean, Phil had a point where it's first person, so you don't really see the skins and stuff like that. Plus, it's hero based, so it doesn't make a whole lot of huge difference because they're not like really that varied. But like, there's weapon skins. You get like the little banners for your name. You get like emblems. You get I mean, there's a ton of stuff. So I don't really understand where the backlash is coming from. I actually haven't seen any backlash about the rewards personally. I did, again, hear people that I know talk about how weird it is that there's no challenges. That you literally just are now allowed to level up the battle pass and gain these rewards, which is very uneventful for people.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just play the game and get it, which is fine, I guess, but if I'm paying for this, why not give me something cool to do? Like, give me a little extra something. That's the whole point of these battle passes typically, is that you get, it's not as much about the rewards as it is about the challenges. Well, it's a little, it's both, of course, but like, to not have challenges to me just seems so weird. But I don't understand where the backlash for the rewards is coming from, because they look pretty cool to me. Like skins for your special thing, like the drop pod that comes and revives people and all that. Like they're all they got all kind of. I mean, I'm scrolling through them on the official website. I mean, it looks neat. So I don't know. But yeah, as Phil was mentioning, he brought up a good point about these challenges though.
The challenges bring me back every week. Because it's every week they unlock X number more.
Sure.
Like, every Thursday I'm in Fortnite being like, all right, what can I do now? And like, I just for fun, like, because I'll stream it and be like, I bet you I can get all these today. And like, I've done it a couple times and it's cool.
Awesome.
You're like, you play to just sort of get some victories, and then like next week you check back in and you're like, oh cool, there's this new thing. Like there's that isn't in Apex.
Yeah, and they don't have to make it. It doesn't have to be like identical or anything. It doesn't. It doesn't necessarily have to follow like that same model. But really, it is really a strange choice to not have any form of challenges, because this is a shooting. It's a shooter. They could easily make a bunch of challenges. Simple things like we were talking earlier, like reviving teammates or shooting people with certain guns so many times. I mean, there's a classic one of just surviving to the top of whatever, you know, however many times. Like, I don't know why they didn't do that. Maybe they're gonna do that for like the upcoming seasons. Maybe they just wanted to spit this out as quick as they could.
Yeah.
To kind of keep up, because I know people were already upset that they didn't have a battle pass.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just like, "Here, shut up, take a battle pass."
That's sort of what people were saying, is that people were complaining and then they rushed it. And now everyone's like, well, it's not good enough. And it's like, well, what did you want?
We want it done right the first time and right now.
Yeah, it's like, it's unwinnable.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So unwinnable.
Oh, man.
Dang if you do, dang if you don't.
Yep. What about you, Venge? What are your thoughts, buddy?
Oh my god. I'm just thinking about this because you know, it just reminded me of, don't ask me why I'm bringing this up. It reminds me of what Cervantes says from Soul Calibur 2 when it, not enough. And it don't make sense. I mean, like, my thing is, even though it's not enough, it's like they're virtually comparing Apex. Am I saying this right? Is it Apex?
Yeah.
Or to
Apex.
They're comparing this to Fortnite.
Venge, PG.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, yo, I want my Apex 6-pack. Where's it at? Like, where's my 6-pack skin? Apex. I mean, it don't make sense to me because it's its own game. Not every game has to follow the same format as freaking Fortnite.
Oh, but it does if you want to make the money.
I know. But this is the thing that kills me about the gaming industry. This is the thing that I hate. It's like
the one thing.
The one thing.
You're right. There's more than one thing. Capcom's mindless rehashing, but I'm gonna save that for another day.
We'll have a whole episode on just that too.
Yes,
Right,
because Capcom did do a wonderful job with Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5, so I would give them a bit of a pass.
That's good.
But this is stupid to me because the gaming industry is suffering from creativity because of this. It's like you always gotta follow the model that society wants you to have. Like, yo, I want a clown suit on Sub-Zero. If I do not get that, I am not buying Mortal Kombat 11.
Well, if you're saying it like that, then I guess you could say it in a whole, I guess, like outspoken outreach to society being just exploited to, I guess, what we're already playing right now. We're being exposed to the same stuff, so we're being forced to be like, hey, this is good, just like the music we listen to on the radio.
Yeah, stop doing this like that, man. Like, I'm like, I understand you. All right, you want it to be epic, but come on, Fortnite is Epic Games. This is Apex, okay? Give them a chance for the first couple seasons and see if they add more to that Apex 6-pack. If they don't, then complain.
Yeah, man, there's gonna be riffs and grappling hooks in this game by no time, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Hey, after that, they're gonna be building walls in season 4. Let's go.
Oh, hold on.
I have a question in regards just to the Battle Royale thing, because it's being so closely compared to Fortnite. What happened with like the because there's a Black Ops one?
Oh, yeah, Blackout. That's all right. That's okay. I would say that's okay.
Does that have Battle Pass? Like, I don't know anything.
Probably.
They do. I think it's just called the Black Ops Pass. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sick of these passes.
Rip PUBG.
I know.
Right.
Gold says no challenge
But
there either.
That's interesting to me though, because don't you have to buy Call of Duty Black Ops to
exactly?
And then you have to pay again to get a battle pass?
PUBG is the same way. You buy PUBG, it has a battle pass too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
Gold says Battle Pass is free in which game? We talking about
Yeah,
in Black Ops?
Oh,
That seems like it was.
okay.
I don't know. That seems like counterintuitive
Okay.
to the point of even selling. Oh, even having a
like what
Battle
a
Pass.
battle pass
Okay.
is.
Was just
Interesting.
That makes sense.
could get more money.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
That's weird. It's weird that companies do that.
Yeah.
Right? They
Try
just
to
want
make
money for
They just
some
want
reason?
money and stuff.
Wait a
That's
minute.
weird.
No, man.
It's for like hard
Don't
work
know-
and
A
like,
video game company
Stop.
wants to make
Stop.
money.
That's
Stop.
Now
crazy.
you're talking crazy.
No, they're not doing that for money.
No.
No, this is all
Stop.
charity.
This is all
Yeah.
charity.
No more soda battle pass, please. We don't do
Soda
that.
Battle Pass.
No.
I know.
Oh,
That
Smash.
is the Smash Battle Pass. Let's just be real.
Oh yeah, there is, yeah.
Oh, that's legit DLC.
Well,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, that's true. They just
That's
named it
okay.
I'm just no. I'm
That's
just
okay. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
If you don't mind me adding.
Yeah, go
one
ahead.
thing
Go ahead.
before he
Yeah,
said,
Never.
not trying to cut no one off. Never. There's a difference between good DLC and bull. I'm just
I was joking because of Persona thing and Joker being smashed. That's
Right.
all. That's all I was linking there.
I get you on that.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. That Smash Pass, I'm
Shut
okay
up,
with.
man.
Yeah.
I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
Uh-huh.
No one saw that coming, so that's gonna be like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. All right, so Nintendo and Xbox have really been up to some crazy things. If Xbox Live really comes to Nintendo Switch, what could this mean? So let's start with Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. I think the one thing that I miss that Nintendo platforms have never done is achievements. I really like them. I like trophies
Same.
on PlayStation. The
Yep.
first game I ever platinum trophied, which is to get like all the trophies, was Infamous. And then I did it also for Infamous 2, which is the game where you're like a lightning dude and you can
Yep.
choose good or evil. I loved it so much. And it just, that little thing can encourage me to 100% a game, to just get that last thing. Because for me, I don't know, it's weird because like I just never have felt the need to go all the way on a Nintendo game. I'm satisfied when I play enough of it and when I beat it with whatever ending, right? Because you can always just look up the other endings online and see other people's screenshots. So it's really superficial, but having that little trophy is like, for me, it's like, hey, everyone, look at this. I have the trophy.
Yeah,
And so I think even like, I don't know if it would just be some games that are Microsoft games that come to the Switch, right? It's not like Xbox Live is gonna, I don't see it doing this, connect to like Mario Odyssey all of a sudden, right? Exactly. It's just gonna be like Cuphead, for example, for sure. Like I'm pretty certain if there's any game that it'd be one of the first ones. Like I think, oh yeah, actually,
They did say so, didn't they?
yeah, they said so. And
Yeah.
for example, Minecraft, when you play the Windows 10 edition and you play it right and you do something, it'll pop up on my computer. It'll say achievement unlocked from my Switch. So I don't know. So that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, no, for sure. Bill, what about you, my friend?
I love having a bigger gamer score than everybody else on my friends list. So I'm really into that. I've been playing, like I was saying earlier, I've been playing Dark Souls, but not Dark Souls on Switch. I'm playing Dark Souls, the Xbox 360 version.
Yep.
So like when I take out a boss, I just really enjoy that like and
Yes.
then like the 25
So
points.
satisfying.
Yeah, it's so satisfying, and it's just like it's not real. I mean, it's all like it's all digital and fake anyway. But like that's not a real thing. But like to get it or to be like, oh, I beat every single boss, even the optional bosses, and like I got that one. Like that's super cool. I would love to see that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But as far as Xbox Live coming to Switch, does that mean that we're gonna see Game Pass come to Switch? Like, what at what point does it stop? Like, what games are they gonna keep? Are they gonna keep Halo because like Halo is like
It's their, like,
Microsoft
child.
thing? Yeah, like are they gonna keep Gears of War but give us some of these other things? Like, Did they say they're gonna do what is it? Ori and the Blind Forest? What's that game called?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about
Ori.
Ori. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ori.
So like these like smaller Microsoft games, and then like I was saying earlier, like Recore, which is a Microsoft exclusive game that got like a C+ or something. It's not the best game ever made.
Yeah.
But like I would like to play Recore on Switch. Like
But that's not a first-party Microsoft game, so that could be pop.
Okay.
I
That's
don't
not
believe that's a
first-party?
first party. I don't think so.
Oh, you know who made that? Is the people who made
Mega Man.
I thought it was Metro Prime.
Uh,
I thought it was Metro.
Ori?
The guy the original guy who created it though, is he Mega Man or somebody? Anyways, but yeah, it's not a first party. Is my main? I guess my main point is that it's not first party. So yeah, that actually, to me, I see more likely that first parties are like, but third parties that have been exclusive still. I don't have a problem. I think I could totally.
Mhm.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the conversation.
No, do it.
No.
Oh, jeez.
We're just looking at some real good cat hair right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I
Oh my
guess
Yuck.
I'll just say yeah, I'm excited for achievements. I really love it. I hope that they start to get integrated. And I don't know. I have a ridiculous digital Xbox library. It's like an unhealthy amount. So if I had access to that on the go somehow, like that would just, I don't know, it would make my Switch library just blow up. Not that I
Yeah,
don't
for
have
sure.
a giant Switch library also, but like it was just like it would really, especially because I don't have a lot of like M-rated games. I can't like for some reason because Switch is just sort of like the family console. I don't really buy my like M-rated games and stuff like either PC or Xbox or PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I'd get to play some of those more mature experiences on the go or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I don't know. I'd be in for it. Do it, Microsoft. Do it, Bill Gates. Come on.
There we go.
Quick question: do y'all think so? The Xbox Game Pass, you on the Switch, will it only be streaming it the entire time, or you can download it and save it? How does it work
I
on
think
Xbox?
you have you download it to play
Xbox
it.
is
You can
download.
download. Okay. But the Switch, it would be different, maybe.
But you'd have to check. The thing is, what is like the number of days or something? You have to connect to the internet to like make sure you still have an active subscription.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be like that. Like you download it, and then if you don't connect to the internet for 3 days, you can't boot it up.
That makes sense.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Joseph? What are your thoughts on this?
No, my thoughts. Well, integrated service. I mean, I think opens up a lot of possibilities. I mean, it's only Nintendo and Xbox, so you can see where this is going. Where PlayStation's the odd man out.
Yeah.
So yes, PlayStation's about to get they're about to start selling stuff at half price after all this. Hashtag the shots fired, because that's really what I think. I feel like seriously, if you're going towards Nintendo and Xbox right now, like that is the future. I think Xbox is definitely going to be the future of gaming. Like,
I don't know. Tell that to Japan.
Yeah.
Microsoft, the Xbox does not sell in Japan.
Yeah, it's terrible. They
It's laughable. Oh my god.
hey,
But
they're trying.
They're
man.
trying, right? That's why, like,
I think that's why Microsoft is hooking up Nintendo.
exactly.
They're looking into the future, and they're like, we're never edging into this Sony Japanese market ever. And I think they're just like, hey, Nintendo, you've been doing this since 1981 or whatever, or actually since 1820 or however long when they were making card games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Historical flex.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. All right, Benj, what about you, buddy?
What, me?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I heard wrong. Okay. How do I feel about this? This is just crazy. Like, that's insane. The idea of Nintendo and Xbox working together to bring Xbox Live over there. I have no idea what to expect, but I like the idea that you guys were bringing up about maybe like some of the games that doesn't require all that insane power could be brought over to the Switch, I would die if I can get to play. Wait for it. Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah.
On the Switch.
yeah.
That would be hype. I actually had a lot of fun playing that game when I was over my friend's house, but I was not buying a console for one game. I just couldn't do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So it would just be interesting to see the kind of games that they would actually be willing to bring over. And who knows what else Xbox is going to do, because I would have never thought I'd see the day. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm impressed by that. I mean, the fact that they're tag teaming on PlayStation.
Yeah, basically. And also, but the real test is all and everything, just like what we were talking about a lot earlier. The data, how much of it is it able to cover?
Yeah,
and how is that going to be transmitted between the person playing from across the world to, right here,
No, for sure. But one thing that Steffi put here that I found that I forgot about, like if Nintendo gives Xbox a Japanese market, Xbox should give dedicated servers to Nintendo, because we know they need them.
Amazing.
We know they need them.
So, especially for Smash.
Especially.
We need our satellites, and we need, the towers. They just need to put them in the middle of the ocean at this point.
Yeah. Boy, make that awesome sauce.
Yeah. Just like you were churning that Kool-Aid earlier.
Yeah.
That's why I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, yo.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to do it. It was like I didn't want it to go bad.
All right,
yeah, show us that move.
I wanted to mention this because Joseph brought it up to me when we were having a private conversation. I don't know if you guys noticed. I've noticed it. Since they announced Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Maker game in general for streaming and in all round has died down like really badly. Like I've seen people who play it all the time, who have like 100 to 200 people watching them, drop down to 50 to 30 people watching them.
Oh,
do you think?
wow.
Yeah. Do you think this could be because of Mario Maker 2? It could actually wipe out Mario Maker 1 right away. Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think so. It's kind of like it's that just
Dang, I didn't
simple.
even talk about the last question, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough. It's a hard subject.
You skipped me on the last question.
Oh, you go for it. You go for it.
No. It's cool. It's cool.
No. Let me quickly answer before I lose my train of thought. Then we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
I lost it.
Okay.
I lost it.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say Smash Wii U, right? Like when Ultimate came out, Smash Wii U hardly gets any love anymore. So
Yeah.
I think Splatoon 2 came out. Splatoon 1 hardly gets any love. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
All right, Corey.
Okay.
Since I missed you, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it.
No, it's good. It's good. I just wanted to point out a couple things about the Nintendo and Xbox partnership type thing. For one thing, I definitely had heard a rumor. Now again, there's no confirmation, but that it would be a that when people talked about the Games Pass coming to the Switch potentially, it would be a streaming service. Now this isn't too far from a realm of possibility, considering in Japan there is a streaming service that allows people to play Resident Evil on the Switch already. 7, yeah, sorry, yeah. So I guess my point is that could be a thing potentially, just because something like that does exist already on the Switch. That doesn't mean it's going to happen with Microsoft, but it's not too far off from something that could definitely happen.
Yeah.
And that also, the whole trophies and achievements thing and all, I think that would be really awesome to be able to play some games on the Switch and have like real legitimate trophies or achievements or whatever. Because I know somebody pointed out that some Nintendo games do have achievements built into them, and that's great.
Okay.
But only some is one thing, and the other thing is like the achievements on Nintendo games just never feel as satisfying as on Xbox or on PlayStation, because they're not built at a system level.
Yeah, it's in game.
It's in game, and it's like half the time they're on like old style, retro style games, which are fine. I love. Like they just don't feel. They don't have that pop. You know, that same like satisfying ding, or like what Kevin mentioned. You know, when you get an achievement on everything. I have Xbox signed in on everything. So when I'm playing on my Xbox or something, and I get an achievement, it pops up on my iPad, my phone, and my computer. So I hear ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it's like I just got like
your
6
whole
achievements.
house celebrates.
Yeah. And so even though like some Nintendo games do have stuff built in, it just never feels the same.
Yeah.
So it would be really cool to see how it would be handled on an Xbox game, like a Microsoft game or something that would be played on the Switch, right? Because like think about Cuphead. They can't build in achievements at the system level on the Switch because it's not there. It's just not. Nintendo has to do that first, right? It has to build that framework.
Yeah.
But so they would still have to do it in game somehow. And so I hope that they're going to be able to make it like satisfying. They might mimic the same structure, and everything same. But I'm interested to see how that comes out because they can't build it the same way the exact same way.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's really all I had to say about that topic. So,
sure.
Move on.
Oh, I got you now.
So going back to the Mario Maker thing, Phil, what do you think?
I
For
think.
those wondering, yes.
You got AirPods?
Well, they were talking in chat about me having AirPods, and I'm like, no, these are not AirPods, but I do have them. So
Nice.
Excellent. So, I didn't realize that Mario Maker viewership was going down. That's interesting. I would assume that because of the hype, that viewership
It would go up.
It would
Yeah,
go
it
up.
would go up.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I honestly don't. I don't understand how to do this. I've been trying for as long as I've been trying to figure out how to make this thing work. So, like that's totally opposite for me. I would be like, oh, like the game's not out yet. So,
Right.
like, let's still play this one game until it's dead. But I will say I agree with Kevin 100%. As soon as 2's out, 1 is buried in 6 feet under. No one is going to touch that game ever again.
Yeah.
It's the only reason that people have their Wii U's plugged in still. Like, as soon as Mario Maker 2 comes out on the Switch, that thing, people are,
Closets.
yep, HDMI cable's coming out.
Oh.
People are opening their windows, dropping it. Except for those HD Zelda games. That's the other thing that's really great on that system. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. But that's just odd to me. I'm confused. I am confusion. That is what I.
You are confusion. What about you, Phil? Look, I mean, not Phil. Joseph.
What? I'm over here hugging Mario Maker because it's the last time I'm beholding. The last time.
Pasture.
Yeah, the last time I'm be able to officially hug it. No, I mean, yeah, Mario Maker definitely is going to get buried with it. I mean, everyone knows. Phil, you just said it right. Yeah, the only reason, like me personally, like I know a streamer on Twitch that hasn't took that game out of his Wii U since he got it like 2 years ago or whatever. And he literally is like, oh, I'll tell the story about, December 25th, like 2016. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, this game has not came out of his system. He said when Mario Maker 2 goes in, that's when that trend will start. So, I mean, yeah, but I think they're like, it's a double-edged sword because the people that don't have Switches that still have Mario Maker 1, yeah, they're going to be playing it, I mean, but I really feel like, Mario Maker 2 is definitely burying Mario Maker when it comes out.
Oh, I want to just ask one question just to you guys in general, because there was a time when Mario Kart Deluxe came out, and when we were streaming Mario Kart, people would be like, are you playing on Wii? And we were like, no, we're playing on Switch. But like some people would be like, no, we'll play for Wii for like an hour, or like we'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a transitional period? Or
Venge knows this.
Oh, I have expertise on this.
Yes, he does.
My PhD Abandonment, like game abandonment, because like now that I think about it, it was like a lot of trends that I noticed that was so weird, especially with the deluxe.
Yeah.
I remember when before the Switch, obviously, deluxe was banging when it came to the Wii U. But when the Switch came out, honestly, it was still good. Like to the point where okay, I thought about it. I was like, well, some people don't got a Switch yet. I do half and half.
Yeah.
Worked out just fine. But here's the thing that killed it. It changed the game forever. Pretty much what happened was, okay, of course, as time passes, people wind up getting the Switch. And so more people was playing on the deluxe, like playing on the Switch now. And then when it came to the Wii U, it was strange because I would have thought, okay, because of the Nintendo Online, the Wii U version is still gonna have some life left. But that slowly changed because I was paying attention to it, and then there was a point in time where I was like, "Whoa, it's fading away." That time period is finally came in to where like a lot of people finally like either they got their Switch and they're playing it on the Switch now, and people are looking at the Wii U like the Wii U is kind of like obsolete now.
Yeah.
And so it was very strange. The thing that I paid more attention to was how the Nintendo Online was going to affect it. Because at one point it was doing relatively well to the point where both games were doing just about the same, if not better, depending on how many people in your community actually has access to Nintendo Online.
Yeah. And the free trial.
Right. But that changed, like, I would say this year. That's when the change came. Because it was like in January. For whatever reason, I was only getting like 1 or 2 people. And I feel like what caused that probably could have been the hype because of the hype of Smash Bros. Because everyone wanted Ultimate. The moment the Smash Bros. Ultimate was released, that's the cutoff point right there. Because so many people has a Switch now just for that game, and it's like, forget that.
That was the longest line I stood in for a Switch game was to go.
Oh, really?
I was just like, "Are you kidding me? Why wasn't the line this long for Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze the re-release?"
Best Buy?
Oh, rip.
If they were smart, if Nintendo was smart, they would try to keep some sort of incorporation with the, I guess, like the Wii U, you know, the online. Well, like I basically, like, let's say, incorporate it in the Switch so people can actually play with each other, I guess you could say, or use like the same level code for for Mario Maker 2, so they can be able to, so they can just that.
That brings up a good question too. Is so the Mario Maker code, it's 16 digits, right? But the second row is just 4 zeros. Do y'all think they're gonna cut it down to 12 for the next one, or do you think how do you think they're gonna handle level?
I don't think they would. That's leaving room for enough, right? Like obviously we didn't use that many codes, but you don't know how many people will play in the next one or whatever. So like I don't know what their format would be, but I don't see from a programming standpoint it actually makes sense to keep it in. Just to make sure there's plenty of address space, basically.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So Corey, what are your thoughts about Mario Maker disappearing, and are people getting bored of this one, or they're just so hyped for Mario Maker 2 that they're not interested in Mario Maker 1 right now?
Well, I haven't quite noticed a decline, but I haven't also been able to watch nearly as many streams as I was for a while. But I do think there's a combination of people going, well, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. It comes out in a couple months, or because so many people are streaming it, everybody, you know, a lot of viewership has to be spread out.
Yeah.
Everybody, like a lot of the streamers are super hyped. So, you know, we want to do content and we want to stream and whatever on Mario because we're like keeping the hype going, right? We want to keep the hype up for Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, let's say that between the 6 of us here, let's say that only 3 of us normally streamed, and because we all share a lot of viewers, right? And so like only 3 of us normally streamed Mario Maker, and like we had a lot of viewers each time when we're all streaming. But then all of a sudden the other 3 of us decided to start streaming as well, stream Mario Maker because we want to get that hype going.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of our viewers being the same are going to like go between people and pick and choose. So I think that could be potentially part of it, not all of it or anything, but you know, a chunk of what's going on is that more people seem to be streaming it because they're hyping it out and everything. They're trying to keep their hype going at the very least.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's one thing. But I think as soon as Mario Maker, well, actually, no, I don't think as soon as Mario Maker 2 comes out that Mario Maker 1, I think that the streaming community is gonna switch over. But you're still gonna have, just like with everybody else has mentioned, with, you know, Mario Kart and everything, where people come in and go, oh, are you playing on the, you know, play on the Wii? I don't have the Switch, or I don't have it for the Switch, maybe, or I don't have the online service. Well, I don't know if I don't think we'll need the online service necessarily but you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that could potentially stop them from wanting to play on the Switch version. Lack of a Switch or lack of the game. Or maybe they just
lack of levels possibly at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe they made a really cool level that they're really, really excited about. They want to show off, but they don't want to remake it, or it uses tech that doesn't exist anymore in the new version. Things like that. So I do think for a little while we're still gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see people still wanting it to be played. Like if maybe that's the way to work. To work, right? So maybe the streamers, maybe the community isn't. You know, we're not going to be streaming it as much, but maybe people will still come in, and we'll still have people requesting that we're playing it on the original version, so we can play their level. You know, for whatever reason, they don't have the ability to make a level on the Switch version for any various reason.
And I think the point that they have to switch over is the point where it becomes too hard to accommodate, or just not worth it anymore, right? And that is a sad thing. And I'm so proud of how Venge held out for so long. And whenever he's doing Mario Kart, right, he's doing, all right, the first hour is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, second hour is Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. All right, first hour Smash Ultimate, second hour Smash 4. But what he mentioned, right, was that just that there's always going to be a point where, like, maybe it was 10 people, now only 2 people now, right? So it's like, is it worth that effort? And we always want to say, of course it's worth it, so we can hang out with our viewers and hang out and do it, but it's always you just kind of got to measure it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Benj, what do you have to say about this Mario Maker thing?
Oh boy. Because of my experience with dealing with this, because I've been trying so hard to accommodate every time a new version, which it was so hard. You know, I was feeling so bad for Brolis. I'm not even lying. Because see, he didn't have a Switch yet. And so, like, you know, I was trying to keep it together with Smash 4, but it just wasn't happening. And it's like, I feel like with Mario Maker 2, dude, I don't know what's going to happen, because obviously you're going to have content creators where there's going to be a fair amount of them that's going to have the game early, right? And I don't know. For all we know, levels might blow up out of nowhere, but once again, we don't know that. For all we know, we could only get like 10 levels upon release. We're not sure. It depends on how much time people put into the levels.
Yeah.
And so, but when I see this and I think about it, when it comes to Mario Maker, that is such a huge game to the point where it's like I could see it. I can actually see Mario Maker 2, at least for the streaming community, like everybody that streams it, then Mario Maker 2 is just going to blow the first one out of the water. Because what do you think is going to happen? you're gonna have a fair amount of people be like, all right, I want to see Mario Maker 2. Now the biggest question is, it's going to be very interesting to see how streamers actually interact with this game, because obviously they have a whole new infrastructure when it comes to building the levels.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, I suck. I absolutely suck cheeks at making levels with the first game, okay? And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if, let's say, I tried to play some levels, right? And we only get so many levels. I would not be surprised if me getting Maker 2 and wanting to get the full effect of this game.
Bless you.
And get a feel for it. Bless you. Bless you. Whoa, man, what's going on over
the
there?
headphones on that one?
Oh my god, powerful.
Ooh, somebody's blowing some kisses your way, bro.
Sorry. I mean, not sorry, really.
So it's like, I'm gonna play around with the levels and try to make levels, even though I was garbaggio at making this game.
For sure.
And it'd be fun to maybe have people maybe help me build the level, because I'll never forget my first day of streaming Maker. And there was this one level I played where I didn't know that you could blow the feather with the cape. And people was raging at me about me. Oh, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean move the feather? You cannot do that. And I swear to goodness, I feel like there was some people that was like, forget this guy, I'm out of here.
I'm dead.
So, I predict that Mario Maker 2 is just gonna blow one out of the water.
Sure.
It's just.
You're gonna take so many L's.
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, come on.
Hammer bro on the sun.
Yep.
You're gonna get hit from the bottom out of nowhere. I can see it.
All the time. All the time.
This is gonna be my new thing. Right? Double L sword, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's keep going. So Nintendo showed incredible indie games that are coming out for the Nintendo Switch. What were your thoughts, and what games are you excited for? So go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you. Well, I think I want to save, because since I'm going first, I don't want to say too much real quick. But biggest hype for me is Cuphead. It was my game of the year. 2017, yep. Was it 2017, right? Even with stinking Breath of the Wild, whichever other ones came out, right? It was my favorite game, and I had been Microsoft had revealed it at E3 like 2014 or 15, like years before. Yeah. And at the time, it was just only boss rush game, right? But the reception was so good for it. People were like, "Whoa, this is crazy." That they added the run and gun levels, right? Where you run, it's more like Pac-Man. No, Mega Man. It's not like Pac-Man at all. But yeah, and so I like that. Like out of all of them, because I used to sit and just watch all three at one day. I would wait like a few days, watch them all back to back, and that was the one game that stuck out to me that year. So I was so excited to play it. It's my game of the year. I'm excited what else might come to the Switch, because Cuphead's at the Switch. So that's my favorite. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Phil, what about you, buddy?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say the absolute worst was Uber Driver, the video game.
No.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Uber Driver, the video game.
Yeah, it was called NeoCab, and like it's probably cool, and it's like those like Telltale games where like every decision you make matters.
Your driver will remember this decision.
Yeah, but it's like, of any fantasy situation that you could possibly put me in, like let your imagination go. And some guy's like going to a meeting and he's like late and he's in an Uber and he's just like, this is it. This is the game. And then he pitches it, and then we have NeoCab now.
Guys, we're getting a raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Thank you.
What's up, Lightning? How you doing?
Claire.
Claire with the raid.
For context, I want to read the NeoCab says players must balance their income, sustain a positive rating, and manage their emotions, as fulfilling Lena's job as a rideshare driver is the only way they might reunite with her best friend Savvy.
Oh jeez.
Oh man. Oh man. We gotta make
pre-order this right now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Right?
We gotta make $38.76 just so we can make a dream come true. Let's go.
And then spend $36 on gas.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's freaking
He's gonna be pulling some half-baked logic, buying ice cream and getting rides home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then it's all gone.
Hold on, I gotta play this song because it's bugging me now. There we go. Welcome, Raiders. I hope everybody's doing good. How was your stream, Lightning? Tell me. Let me just quickly get her link, guys. We can continue.
Sure.
Guys, Lightning is a lovely streamer. Definitely go check her out. She's on her way. There you go.
Hey, Claire.
All right, so yeah, no, I agree with you.
And then I would just say in general, I think I wasn't as hyped for this Indie Direct as a lot of people were. A lot of people were like, wow, that was like the best Indie Direct I've ever seen. And I'm like, kinda, like Cuphead is amazing, but like I will say that I've owned it for 2 years, and like maybe if they said Cuphead 2, I would have been like, ah! Like, yelling into your mic. But like, I that would have made me lose my mind if they were like, "Yep, same day dropping Cuphead 2. Don't worry about it. We got you, Bill Gates in the house." But I think the game that I thought looked super cool and super fun was Katana Zero, and that it's like a 2D. Like, you're a ninja, but you can only take one hit, and like the second you get hit, you get like shot back to the beginning of the stage. And that reminded me a ton of how Meat Boy plays, or Super Meat Boy, where you're like going, hit, bam, going, hit, bam, and I really like that type of like expert platforming. I'm really into that. So sure. I'm not gonna obviously talk about all of them, but I would say my least favorite was Uber Driver, the video game, and my number one favorite was Katana Zero. That game looked sick.
Yeah, cool. for sure. Cool. Joseph, what about you, buddy?
Well, I kind of like the indie scene that's been out right now. I don't know if you've seen Beautiful, what he's been streaming here lately, but I've actually been digging the what was that, Cursed Castilla? That was actually really good. Like, I could dig some revamped old 2Ds. All right, yes. All right, you did a good thing with that. I mean, just to show what kids like us had to go through just to beat a game. Yeah, do it to this generation. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like.
They never played Lion King on Genesis.
Oh, the Lion King on Genesis.
They didn't play Aladdin either.
Yep.
But the thing is, I wish like Nintendo would actually do. Like, come on, like everyone can agree with me on this. Earthbound, dude. We want an Earthbound. Yeah. General population wants Earthbound. Yeah, Mother 800. I want Mother something. All right. I want Mother the prequel. The Mother. All right. I want something that. The aunt.
I want the grandmother.
Grandmother.
Second cousin by marriage mother. I would love that. We'll take it off. Let's go. Like, if we can have Pokemon revamped in a nice like shell that was put into to where you can just do what you got to do there. Why can't we have Earthbound like that? That's just my thought. Like I will say this, and we all can agree on this. It's like everything that we're seeing right now. Yeah, we're being thrown a whole bunch of material at one time that we're not sure what to like and dislike.
Yep.
And I'm not really confused on what I'm saying. It's just that I feel like, you know, that's why a lot of people aren't doing like Mario Maker as much. It's because I think they're taking in what Mario Maker 2 has to come towards them, and they're just taking in ideas on what they're going to do in that next sense, you know.
For sure. No, for sure.
So
For sure.
I just wish there was a little bit more intuitiveness, I guess, in the games they come out with.
Yep.
Instead of like just giving us bits and pieces of this is a good game or this is a bit of a good game, and then out of nowhere you're throwing out Mario Maker 2, which is basically what everyone's buying when it comes out. So like we need more games like Mario Maker 2 to where people are like, oh my god, I need to buy that.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Corey, what about you, buddy?
So, kind of like what's already been said is that I wasn't nearly as hype about this Indies Direct as usual, but I'm super hyped for Cadence of Hyrule.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody isn't familiar, any of you, Crypt of the Necrodancer, it is an awesome rhythm-based dungeon crawler. Where
I was
everything
watching.
you do,
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's so
movement,
good.
attacks, everything need to be with the rhythm, or else you'll miss or you'll break your combos and stuff. And when you keep your combos upright and all, you do more damage, you gain more gold, which allows you. It's a roguelike, so you can unlock more things for. Oh, it feels like, what did I just hear?
Yes.
So and what makes this amazing is that it's basically Crypt of the Necrodancer, but skinned 100% Zelda.
Wow.
And
So I'm screwed.
that makes me so happy.
I mean,
I'm screwed.
This
I
is
have
the
no
first
rhythm.
time, isn't it, that Nintendo gives full to an indie developer to use their character?
I mean, yeah, I think it's the first like full on use like this, but they have in the past given indies and third parties the ability to use their character like some things, but not like this.
Yeah.
So
Mario
it's
like a full
Rabbids
thing,
or
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mario Rabbids and a few other things were very small and progressive to in this point we're seeing the culmination of it all now, where they're letting third party basically like they're just like, here you go, and just although it's not the first time it's happened, it is the first time in a while. If we all direct our attention to the games that don't necessarily exist by a lot of people, the CDI Zelda games.
Oh,
They
not
gave
canon.
Philip-
Not
geez.
canon.
I know, but my point is that they gave Phillips basically full creative, like full creative development. They're like, just go ahead and do it, and that's I think that's why we haven't seen that in a long time, is because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But yeah, so that that's the only thing I'm really super excited about. from that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Venge, what about you, buddy?
Dude, I mean, like it's just crazy how they came up with all these, right? You're getting all these different games. And, I mean, and like Joseph was mentioning, how you getting bits and pieces of it, and then a lot of the maybe a decent amount of games that came out you already heard of somewhere. But it's so freaking interesting to see so many different games that's going to be coming out, especially Cuphead. I mean, that's a pretty big one, but like I gotta agree with Phil on that one. Like, if Cuphead has already been out a long time ago, but it's definitely really good for the people that never got the opportunity to experience Cuphead before.
Yep.
So that's huge for Nintendo in that regard, because I'm sure there are a ton of people that actually wants to try that game.
I've never played it yet.
Right.
I don't
you
know
don't
if
like
I'm-
it?
I don't know if I'm gonna or not, but I haven't never played it.
Oh no,
You gotta.
Like, yeah.
I'll play your
With Kevin
weird
giving me
rhythm
that
game.
look.
you got to.
You got
Yeah.
to.
Do it. Just do it.
Fine, I'll get it on the Switch then.
Yay!
Peer pressure works.
I'm gonna make Kevin play
Peer pressure works.
two-player with me.
That would be sick. That would be sick. With
When
the
I'm
Joy-Con,
traveling-
it actually might be really hard with just the one Joy-Con.
Right.
We'll play it with just one Joy-Con. That'd
Well,
be weird.
okay. I was like I wasn't. People said Nintendo Direct. I didn't realize they were doing the indie stuff. So when I saw it, I was like, well, I'm not into indie stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of indie games that I've purchased and I've been hit hard with that were like, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever bought. So I'm not always 100% with the indie stuff, but I can honestly tell you that the one that captured my my eye was the Red Lantern, because it looked like a sad story, and I'm into that stuff, like the whole really get you into story. So I got excited for that one. And then there was one, I can't remember what it's called though, where it's like you can like do like a bullet time, I guess, go slow motion and shoot everything, and
We call that the Matrix.
they call that the Matrix. It was a side scroller. I just can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But that one,
Matrix side scroller.
It
yeah,
kind of looked like a twin stick shooter, like you could shoot in multiple.
yeah, exactly. It looked really good.
But,
So
it's a 2D platformer at the same time. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
exactly, yeah.
like
Pixelated
ragdoll
looking
physics,
one?
kind of.
Oh,
Was
I
it that
think I-
pixelated looking one that you're
Is
talking
it called Vlambeer Arcade with Ultra Bugs? Does that sound right?
No,
Don't-
that's not it.
Oh, that's
no.
not it. Okay.
No.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that one looks really good too.
Okay.
Is it
You
my
know-
name is my friend Pedro?
Pedro.
Yes,
Pedro.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, my friend
cool.
Pedro, the banana. Yes,
Everyone vote for Pedro.
my vote for Pedro. But and then the other one, Rad. That one looked really good. That one looked funny.
Oh, Rad! I forgot about Rad. That
Yeah.
Double Fine game.
Yeah, that one looked
game
really.
was good.
That
That's
one looked
right.
fun. That one looked fun. So I'm really excited for all those. But yeah, I decided. Now, I've noticed that a lot of indies are actually trying to create good games again. So I was like, maybe get myself back into that scene of showing some indie games and start. You know, what's the word? Supporting them, because
Yeah.
they need the support, right? At the end of the day.
I love
For
me some
sure.
indie games.
Right?
But it's gotta be worth it though.
Exactly, it's gotta be worth it. Okay, so jumping over from indie stuff, so Pokemon Sword and Shield was announced. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
baby.
I don't. I look at Phil's face.
That's.
Honestly, I got excited because, I mean, I don't hate Pokemon Let's Go. I like that game. I enjoyed it very much. That's where
But
you
it's
know
not good.
that's
It's
my
not
area.
traditional.
But it wasn't traditional. It caught me off guard, you know. Again, I like it, and I got really excited about Sword and Shield. Again, these are Pokemon that I don't know. I know a lot; they're new, and a lot of you guys won't know them either. But the whole routine of
Yeah.
Pokemon, who have played Pokemon, will know it better than I would, because there's a lot of things you're gonna be able to do, and you can do in the newer ones that I didn't even know existed. So,
Right.
in this case, let's start with Phil, because this is your area.
Wait. Are you telling me that Phil likes
You
Pokemon
like-
games?
no way.
So
I
yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but okay. So I played every single generation of Pokemon game. I've only not beaten one of them. I've not beaten Gen 4, which is Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, because I was in college and I was trying to be cool.
Oh, How'd that go for you?
Just wait for the remakes at this point, right?
So I don't know. I'm very excited. My experience with Let's Go was that it was a fun little romp. I was a little bit annoyed because just from a creator standpoint, how easy it was to shiny hunt, where I feel like you need to be a very patient person. You need to be like, there's just like a certain way to like shiny hunt. And I feel like people just came out of the woodworks just because it was so easy to do. And I was just like, oh, but like what's happening to like the community is like, it's oversaturated. Like it was really weird. And I just like, it was kind of, I just thought it was really weird. But like, I'm excited for being able to like breed, because you can't breed in Pokemon Let's Go, for being able to like breed breed competitive Pokemon, to be able to hunt competitive Pokemon, to be able to like shiny hunt with the methods that like I prefer to use, to like reset on Let's Go, you legitimately have to close the game and reopen it.
Ooh.
Where on like Nintendo 3DS, you hit 3 buttons, it takes about 3 seconds, the game boots back up, and you're right in front of your legendary Pokemon again. But you in Let's Go, you have to hit the home button, you got to close it, you got to reopen it, you got to watch the beginning little
Cutscene.
Pikachu running across the thing.
Hmm.
So there's just like a lot of I just want my real Pokemon game again.
Yeah.
And like
Mm.
and I'll say that like people always complain like, Pokemon's so easy. You are correct. You are correct. Pokemon can be very easy, but there are very cool things you can do with Pokemon. This is just me selling Pokemon as like
No, it's good.
like
Oh.
people
Take
who,
my
like,
money.
don't-
Take my money.
Yeah.
Throw it at the screen.
people who don't like get why I like it or play it. It's like there's so many different things you can do or like challenges that you can impose on yourself. There's just so many the roster of creatures that you can put on your team now is just insane. And if you want to put, and I'm going to say an example that some people might get because I'll say a Gen 1 Pokemon, Farfetch'd, which was that stupid duck Pokemon that is notoriously a bad Pokemon. But like I was playing one of my playthroughs with Farfetch'd because I was like, I could beat this game with Farfetch'd because it's like as long as you put the time in and like you do whatever you want.
How early can you get Farfetch'd?
It's a trade Pokemon.
Oh, trade. Okay.
So I don't remember.
Bureau.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Bureau, Vermilion City.
yeah.
Oh, that's really specific.
That's
That wise sage knowledge right
That's sage
Yep.
mode.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very excited. The graphics look great. I just want to play it, man. It's just gonna be so good. I think I have so many theories. I think like they think that we're gonna be able to have armored Pokemon, like we had Mega Evolutions. Like I think that we're gonna get.
I could see something like that. That makes sense.
I think we'll get new Evolutions. Like
We're gonna get
potentially.
Pokemon Fusion.
Finally.
I don't think we'll ever get. I don't think
That's
we'll ever
Digimon,
get Fusion.
sorry. Digimon and Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But my predictions for Evolutions are Steel type and Dragon type. And
Shout out.
that is
None.
my rant on Pokemon.
For sure, for sure.
Hey man.
Oh
good stuff.
man.
I'm on Team Grookey, even though everyone else is on Team Sobble.
I'm Grookey
Nah.
gang.
Grookey gang!
Score bunny.
Score
Go.
bunny. Score bunny all the way.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kevin. What are your thoughts on Pokemon, buddy?
Yeah, so that was really good overview, Phil. The one thing that I wanted to say is, here's Nacho. Here's my Pokemon. What is I really hope that the HMs stay the way that they were for Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
You can just
Pokéride.
call in a Pokemon that knows Fly, right? Charizard or whatever. You can just call in a Rhydon or Rhyhorn or whatever it was, right? Or which one, like a Tauros for was Tauros
For-
you run to
He like
to
broke blocks, so
Yeah,
that
he
was
broke
like
blocks.
essentially Rock Smash.
Yeah. Oh, Rock Smash, definitely. And Surf, was it a Lapras, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I really hope they keep that up and expand on it, right? Bring even more Pokemon and diversify it, because a lot of those seemed like Gen 1 ones
Yeah.
that you call in, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, most of them. And the thing is, so I'm excited for the armored Pokemon, but I'm also like, I was so hyped when they introduced the Mega Evolutions in X and Y. And I was like, yo, we're going to get them for like all Pokemon eventually. And then they kind of went away from it a little bit, right?
Yep.
And they went more to the Z, was it called the Z crystals and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mhm,
And
the Z
and so-
moves.
Z moves, yeah. So if they're gonna go armored, I just want them to stick with it. I don't want to like learn this whole new mechanic and then it's pretty much gone the next time.
I
right?
think-
so.
I think based on past experiences of seeing things in one game and then seeing
Yeah.
way, I think that it'll be the cool mechanic, and then like the next gen has like a different cool mechanic.
Yeah.
But another thing that I wanted to bring up is
Sure.
we got Alolan forms of Kanto Pokemon
Oh. Yeah.
in. So something that I've been talking about, and guys, I just want to shout out to Camilo Sarmiento because he knows more about Pokemon than anybody.
Cool trainer Camilo.
Yeah, cool
Yes.
trainer Camilo. He's taught me lots about Pokemon, more than I would ever know.
That's awesome.
So he was saying he was predicting Johto forms like Galarian forms for Johto Pokemon. So
Yep.
if we see that, all the credit goes to him.
There we go. That'd be cool. That would be cool.
JoJo forms.
Joseph, what are your thoughts, buddy?
My thoughts?
Doesn't have thoughts.
Uh-oh, the facts.
I have
You're coming
thoughts.
in with the facts?
Shield and Sword kind of contrasts to when we were younger. I mean, honestly, I think all this, all the Pokemon, I mean, is for literally the next gen of kids that are coming out. Because for me personally, I feel like it's like Pokemon Silver and Gold, contrast to, you know, how Pokemon Let's Go was kind of like Red and Blue in one. So, I mean, I feel like it's new, it's intuitive. You know, they're coming out with stuff. I mean, you got Pokemon people, like, I never heard of this armor stuff. Like you got
those are rumors.
Well, the thing is, like, it's like I everything you're talking about Mega Evolutions, like, I only own like the stuff like up to like Game Boy Advance. Like, I'm like that old school. I'm not into the whole new thing, but
First gen, baby.
Do you think that they'll ever do like mobile of Pokemon games, like the Game Boy Advance ones and Game Boy Color ones?
They did have this one on, I guess it was Android, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I guess they had it at some point. I think my brother's playing something like that right now, a Pokemon game on his Apple device, to where he's like some top tier person or something. I don't know.
Oh wow. Oh okay.
I don't know, man. It's just all this new stuff with Pokemon. Like, how many Pokemon is it going to be after Shield and Sword?
900.
Dude, so
No, I'm just curious on how the story is going to go. That's just my thing. How is the story going to contrast from how, oh yeah, let's get Ash going on the road to be a Pokemon master?
Yeah.
What kind of hijinks does this new character, like, what is he going to get into as soon as he gets dropped in there?
It's almost always the same until the last 30 minutes.
Is someone what's the difference now? Is someone throwing him like a Pokemon off the bus or something like that? Like, kicks him off the bus, beats him up. Yeah. That's how they. Hey. This is how they need to start this game. They need to kick him off the bus with one single Pokemon. You'd be like, hey, go on your journey. You know,
go on your journey.
Don't be a noob.
Yeah, and then you get that red flashing on the screen because you're already hurt. So you know your Pokemon start with only has 1 HP because they roughed him up too.
Oh, man.
Corey, what are your thoughts on this, buddy?
Play the PETA versions of Pokemon on like PETA's website.
Oh jeez, no.
There was some
PETA?
messed up ones. Yeah, PETA did
What?
like Pokemon Black and Blue, and it was basically about animal abuse and
Oh
Pokemon.
jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean-
yeah.
Pokemon is essentially dogfighting, so
Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
Then what are we doing as a society? We're fighting each other. Come on. Or we got UFC.
This
Let's
one's
go.
Pokemon Red, White, and Blue, and they're making fun of like McDonald's and Ronald McDonald is like the Giovanni, and you have
What?
yeah. It's
It all makes sense now. He's a clown.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, dang.
He's a clown. Hold on. He's a clown, Ronald McDonald. Oh man.
Oh, dang.
Mind blown.
Right.
Oh, Jesus
All right, buddy. What about you, Corey?
I'm a Pokemon noob as far as played too many Pokemon games since like Gold and Silver. I did try and get into, so I played a little bit of Black and White, enjoyed it. Didn't end up finishing it. I don't remember why, but enjoyed the game. Then I grabbed Sun and just couldn't really get into it. But I loved Let's Go, and I'm really excited to check out what Sword and Shield bring, and hope that I can get into it a little bit more, because I do love the idea of Pokemon and whatnot, but it's so complicated these days. Kind of like what Phil was saying. There's so much you can do. I mean, there really is, and there's so much they want you to do. Ease or difficulty aside, whatever. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff in the game. It got overwhelming to me at one point.
yeah.
Which is just kind of why I had a hard time getting the Sun kind of out of nowhere, basically.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to just kind of ease myself back into it with sword and shield. Sword, actually. I'm sorry, I'm not getting both. I'm just gonna get. Sword.
Yeah.
Sword all
I'm
the way.
team sword.
Yeah.
I'll be getting both.
Yes, you will.
I would expect no less. From you.
No less from you, Phil. What about you, Venge? What are your thoughts?
We better be. I'm sorry, man, but we better be seeing some hype thumbnails. You better be having the shield and the sword with the games on top of it. You better have it all going, Phil.
Dude, my thumbnail game is on point. Don't you
stress.
worry about my thumbnail game.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Game on.
Hold on. Nah, man. Nah. You need to get more fleek than this. You need to get more fleek than that. You ain't getting more fleek than that, right? We want with that shield and sword, baby.
Yo.
We need to go.
Take that PNG, man.
Oh, dude, I already got it on there. I already got it as a PNG. All right,
He's
dude.
prepared.
He's prepared.
He's prepared.
So what about you, Venge? What are your thoughts, buddy?
Oh man, like me being a Pokemon nub, before I start saying my thoughts, I gotta give a shout out to Joseph for teaching me about the dirty little secret of the raccoon dogs.
Zigzagoons.
Yeah, those
Zigzagoons.
zigzagoons, yes. Those little creatures from an unknown land that just bless you with items over and over.
It's only good for what? Sapphire and Ruby, but Emerald does nothing.
Yeah, it was still fun to witness, and how I was being very abusive to my raccoon dogs. I was like, "Look, you better get me this item, or I would throw you in the cage."
You're like,
"Oh my god, to the lions!" All right.
oh my god, I can't believe I got all those rare candies. Oh my god.
So, my opinion. Oh, dang, you going. My opinion on the game is like I'm super hyped for it just because even though I'm a Pokemon noob, I definitely understand a lot of the difference. Dang, they going in on that dude.
Hey, Vance, what you doing?
Timed out forever.
I don't think
It's a good thing it doesn't actually stack like that.
Yeah.
It only goes off of whoever did it last.
Yeah, it only resets to that each time, so it won't be as long as it looks. But that's funny.
Okay, that is funny. I had to take a look.
Oh.
Like,
Still gonna be 6 minutes because I waited a minute.
We still love you, promise.
I'm trying to focus.
That was so funny.
So, I mean, oh God, not you too. Oh Lord. Oh dang.
And it's funny because like half the viewers can't tell what's going on at all.
Why are they laughing? Why are they
It's like, oh my
laughing?
god, there must be something going on over there.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, guys.
Yeah, man.
It's freaking amazing, right? I can't wait to play it. The thing that really caught my eye, despite all the new stuff that's so freaking awesome, it was interesting how you guys pointed out a lot of the things that they was taking away, but there was one thing that caught my eye that was interesting when they was is the water type that like water, I think that was like a water lizard or something like that. Was his name Sabo?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, when I read the little profile and it was talking about what Sabo can do, and like Sabo could like blend in with the environment like a chameleon technically would, it was making me wonder if maybe is there a probability that they might somehow incorporate some kind of field advantage mechanic?
Oh.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of do a field. They do a field advantage mechanic with like weather effects.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or it's a hot day, right?
Yeah,
And then the
it's
fire
like sunny, rainy.
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that.
And all the
sandstorm.
games?
Well, if he can if he can camouflage, hold up. If he can camouflage, think about it.
Yeah.
You can go to Elite Four like immediately as soon as you start the game. Let's go.
I think it started with Gen 3, but I could be wrong. But I do remember when you go in the
Brian is
desert
confirming.
and there's the sandstorm, and it was just very obnoxious because you take damage every hit unless you have.
Yeah, it was Gen 3. Gen
Yeah,
3 did
Gen 3.
start that.
So
Yeah, they
unless
had
you have the right type that could like
Yeah.
That sounds like Garbo.
Jeez.
Sounds OP.
Sounds OP. Yeah, no, I stopped at Gen 1 because I couldn't get into the other ones. And then I got back into it with X and Y, and then Moon was the last time I touched it. And then I stopped. So that I'm really excited to get back into it now. With this new one, I'm actually very hyped for it. There's so many, I don't know, there's so many new Pokemon, there's so much new technique to it. And that's my only issue when I stream it, is I don't know the new stuff. Like, I don't know what techniques are. So people are like, oh, why are you doing it? Well, because that's how I played it when I was young. That's how I remember playing it. That's how I always play it. Because I don't do the whole, yeah, like I don't know what each Pokemon's stats are. Right? So I know Gen 1 a little bit, but like the new ones, I'm definitely not gonna know what their stats are. So it's like, I go in, I'll fight, I don't know, they're like, that's a water type, you're fighting it with a fire type. Well, I didn't know, he looks like a normal, let's say, raccoon to me. You know?
Raccoon dog.
Raccoon dog.
So whatever.
Exactly, you know.
You don't need type advantage to win.
But that's just my take on it. I'm excited though. I'm very excited. I can't wait because, like I said, the graphics look beautiful, just like Phil said. It looks like the battle mechanics going to be a little bit different, something that we're gonna really enjoy, and I'm overall really excited. You know, just overall. All right, so well, that brings us all to everything we're going to talk about today, covering. But we do have one viewer question, and I'm actually very excited because I am going to be streaming this live. The PlayStation having their first state of play, so basically their Nintendo Direct PlayStation version is tomorrow. So I'm very excited. What are you guys expecting to see? Like I said, I'm streaming it tomorrow, so I'm very excited. So let's start with Kevin. What are you expecting from this? Like, I mean, this is their thing to E3 because they're not in it anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know. I think it's crazy. I think that we're going to probably expect possibly a preview of what might be coming next, like a revision or something of the console. I mean, PlayStation 4, they're already looking PS5, right? That's already been pretty much confirmed, not like an official statement, but I don't know. I think it could go that way. I think that we're going to see some pretty cool games. I really don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah. We're going to jump into Google's doing 10 teraflops. We're going to do 12. Well, yeah. It's just whoever, And that might be a little bit of it, right? That's saying that, hey, don't get so excited for the competitor's hardware and the competitor's service. This is what we're going to do. And I don't know. It's just tough because, like, when we first heard about them not doing E3 at all, the initial thought was like, oh, they don't have anything to show, or, you know, they don't know. They don't know what they're doing, right? But they very much do know what they're doing, and I think it's a strategic move to say, hey, Nintendo's been doing something right. Let's just show, hey, this is our time. I don't know. I think it's good, so we'll see. I'm excited
for sure. Phil, what are your thoughts?
A lot of I think maybe rebuttal to the Stadia thing. I don't think that they liked having their little teraflops showing against the big teraflop. So I think that there's gonna be a teraflop rebuttal and be like, hey, working on a bigger teraflop back here.
Teraflops are as big as mine.
I think there's gonna be a teraflop rebuttal.
Oh, for sure.
If this is actually it's March. It's only March. Is this really going to be like their E3? Because
this is like, that's what they're saying.
Well, actually, here's the thing. It says that I believe the thing said it was like directs. It's not just the one.
No, it's not just one. Yeah, there's more.
Okay.
So state of play, as they call it, is a series of these streams, which is. So I think it's their answer to E3, but
that's what I want to say. Yes.
Okay, so it's not going to be their huge announcement.
No.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe God of War DLC.
Oh.
We haven't heard of that. Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah.
Or God of War 2. Like some of their big titles that don't really have. Like we got the Frozen Wilds or whatever that was. Haven't even touched that game, by the way. I want to play it. Is it good? Have you guys played it?
I haven't.
I haven't touched it.
What
I
I have
haven't
nobody's
touched
played it. Great.
So
maybe
maybe we
we-
finish the original game before I get the DLC.
Yeah, I know, right? No.
Buzzbox, thank you for subscribing, buddy. Welcome to the TacoTeam. Welcome to the family.
So I would say that they're going to they have to answer to all of the things that Stadia was talking about. They have to at least touch on it, because if they ignore it, like that's not good business. Like they're gonna have to rebuttal it somehow, and then maybe we'll get teased for something really cool. Like I don't know. Do they have an Infamous game on PS4 or no?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Second
Second Son. Okay, well then never mind on Infamous, but
Well,
They could do more.
yeah, it's true. So but
Infamous is great.
some game, something, some sequel, something.
For sure.
Or maybe another look at Last of Us Part 2,
Yeah, that too.
because people are excited about that.
Yep.
I guess those would be my random guesses. I have no idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Joseph, what about you? Bud? What do you think?
Well, they better be having something that's gonna make us all talk on the next podcast. I mean, kind of like how Mario Maker 2 is coming out. They better have something that's gonna wow the audience, or it's gonna be looking like last year's PlayStation podcast. PlayStation E3. I mean, last year was just, oh my god, man, it was such a disappointment. The only thing that had saved them that whole time was the Spider-Man. That was it.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad after that, because they weren't even that hyped for it either. You know, I was watching. I was just like, oh my god! You get the, you get the random baby. You get the claps on just that, and everything else is just like sound.
Yep.
Wrong banjo playing.
Yep.
You tuned my guitar, Kevin. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I did.
What about you, Corey? What are your thoughts, buddy?
I have absolutely no expectations.
Oh.
I don't mean that. I mean that as in I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Preach it.
It's not that I think they're gonna it's gonna be bad. I just don't know what to think. I don't know what to expect. I don't have low expectations. I just don't have expectations.
Yeah.
That's a good expectation to have.
That's a good expectation to have.
That way I can only be impressed, right?
Exactly.
The bar, for me, the bar is like way down here.
Yeah.
So anything they do, no. I really don't know what to expect. I have a PlayStation 4, and it was always kind of like my baby, right? But like, I don't really keep up with the news on PlayStation stuff like I do with Nintendo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when Nintendo's got something coming up, I'm like, oh, I hope we're gonna hear news on X, Y, Z, blah blah, whatever. Whereas on PlayStation, I'm like, I want to see a new game announced or something, but I don't really know what. I don't really know what I'm thinking. They would be announcing. Oh, here we go. You know what it is, guys? PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Yeah, there we go. PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale Ultimate.
How do I ban you? How do I ban you? How do I ban you?
Yeah, really. For Kratos that's broken and they couldn't even patch him.
Yeah.
His long range, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, that was so good.
I know, he just kept you in one spot. What was I gonna say? I'll get to you in a minute, Benji. Yeah, no, like I'm not expecting much, but I have a feeling because Google came out with this whole thing that they might turn around and try to flex a little bit and be like, hey, here's our idea for the PlayStation 5. This is just an idea, what to expect. That's all I can say, because, again, it's like Phil said. They did say, well, PlayStation has this many little teraflops, but ours is this. It's grande. It's huge.
Yeah.
So I could see something definitely. Yeah, I could see something like that. I mean, it's like Claire said, Final Fantasy VII. We haven't heard anything about it since that they remade it. That they started again.
One thing I will say about that is that the director he did he responded to somebody claiming that the remake was going under because nobody had heard anything about it. this, and I really don't have the article or anything in front of me, but I remember it was something along the lines of like, all we're doing is focus. This is right before Kingdom Hearts came out. They were like, all we're doing is focusing all of our media and all of our efforts on Kingdom Hearts right now. We want Kingdom Hearts to come out. We want you guys to know about it, kind of thing. When we are done with that, you guys will start hearing. They were like, it's not canceled. It's not going under.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a good. I mean,
Could be a good thing.
No, it could be a good thing. Exactly. So, Venge,
we might see.
Exactly. So, what are your thoughts, Ben? To end it all, what are your thoughts on the PlayStation?
That was actually the thought I was thinking about was like Final Fantasy VII, since that was like a huge franchise for me back, because that was like my childhood. Ooh. And like when they hyped it up that one time, and then all of a sudden a while back there was that news where they decided to drop Cyber Connect 2. I don't even know why the heck they even decided to bring bring Cyber Connect 2 into the equation, because the only thing that they were known for, like anime games, like their presentation is definitely stellar, but other than that, it's like their history wasn't necessarily that much of a warrant to even have them take part on such a huge undertaking. So I mean, that was like a big rip. So if they was to do anything, I really feel like they gotta come up big, and that would be one way to do it. Or like you said, Rigo, the PlayStation 5, because I mean, they already announced almost all the games that they're gonna do. They're gonna have to go big or go home, because like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're copying Nintendo with the Direct, aka State of Play.
They better give me some glasses that let me control everything with the iris of my eye. I better get that. Honestly, when we get that technology, nothing else will matter. We'll be looking,
exactly.
Imagine just going around looking like this all day.
Exactly.
Like, move people with your eyes. Be like, get out of my way, and just look at them.
Exactly. All right, guys. So I want to give a huge thank you to Kevin and Phil and Joseph for coming out and joining us for this podcast. It was awesome.
Thank you.
An honor to have you guys. So what we need to do right now,
before we go, can I just say one more thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
And this is not gaming related. This isn't talked about. But has any of you guys, you hosts or viewers, seen Paramount Pictures trailer for Dora the Explorer movie?
That looks sick.
Oh my goodness. It's real. It's real.
Sick. I would go see that.
I would too. I would totally go see
that.
Aladdin
had to bring
is
that
a
out
must.
there.
Whoa. Aladdin all the way. All right, we need to do an epic raid, because there's a lot of us right now. So there's 36 of us. So guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Also, please, in the description below, you will see links for Kevin Tendo, Phil, and Joseph on there. Also, Corey and Venge. Definitely give them a like. Definitely go give them a subscription if you guys haven't either. They definitely deserve it.
Nice.
Hey, Spanishdude is streaming, dude.
So I was about to suggest him.
Oh my God, we gotta get him going. We gotta get him going.
So we need to find someone who has low viewership, someone who doesn't have a lot, to give them a nice raid.
I know someone, but no.
But no.
Who? I don't know. I don't know anybody. Actually, I know everybody. I know everybody. So
I know everyone.
There's one.
I mean, we can go on the Kingdom Hearts. We can go to.
Yeah, I was just thinking. There's a Kingdom Hearts. What is it? Mobile. That's mobile.
Someone's doing mobile.
I like
Kingdom Hearts mobile game.
I like how you think, Corey. Me and Corey think alike.
Yeah, he knows. That's what I'm talking about. We got the same person in mind.
Who is it?
It's Cool Trainer.
I know that guy.
Cool what?
Yeah. Cool Trainer Camille. Here, I'll give you his link in the.
Cool Trainer. I know that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Is he on? Yeah. He is on. I didn't even know he was on.
Cool Trainer.
Then it's a must.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
man.
So it was cool trainer.
I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
The cool trainer. I'm like, oh,
I
Camilo.
always thought Camilo.
All right.
Looking,
I
looking
forgot
rather
cool
scruffy.
Wait. So, okay, guys. So let me grab his link here. We're going to do hashtag TacoCast raid on Camilo because he's like,
I like
super epic. Why not?
Paula, it's a mobile game. You really won't be getting spoilers from this. Sure you.
So let me grab
there
this
are
link.
spoilers technically, but you won't be getting spoiled by this. I promise.
All right. TacoCast raid. There's his link, guys. Let me turn down the
Who wants-
music. Let's
Who
give
Want
him,
some milk?
let's give him a raid. Let me turn it up here.
Myself when I play.
Everyone, make a
I don't know
play.
if that, but
Make a
myself when I play
play.
level 1.
Make a play.
Right now.
Win the green screen. Go. Go.
Hey, TacoCast raid. What's up, guys? What's up,
Go win the
CC
green
Gaming?
screen.
What's up,
Come on.
Steffi?
Go get
What's
it.
up, Chad?
We want it strong. See you later.
Inu, Yugi, Hashuko. Thank you for
Oh, it's a
subscribing.
strong raid.
It's a
guys.
strong
Massive
raid.
What's
Slam
up,
that like
Microsoft
button,
Gaming?
you
What's up,
guys.
Spanish
Destroy
dude? Thanks so
him.
much for that raid, Spanish dude.
Yeah, destroy him.
What's
We
up,
want green
Cherish?
screens.
What's up,
Go.
Tyrannosaurus? What's up, Buzzbox? Demi Demon Gold. Oh my gosh, Nadina, Fez, Sir Nigel,
Man, that
Lightning
joke is
Fairy,
never
Venge.
going to
Oh
be-
my gosh,
Yeah,
RG.
He's overwhelmed.
Curly. Curly.
Gaming.
Curly.
Oh
Curly.
my gosh, thanks for stopping by, guys. We are playing through Kingdom Hearts Union
I miss
Cross.
Curly.
What's
That's
up, Jet
awesome.
2? This is the Kingdom Hearts mobile.
That was cool.
All right, guys. Thank you again for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much,
You guys were
everyone.
awesome. Everybody else, thank you for joining us on this
Curly!
beautiful,
Really?
on this beautiful TacoCast. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and don't forget the most important thing in the whole wide world. Come to my live stream. I'm super famous. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.